What happens when a community that powered one of the biggest crypto revolutions starts to feel ignored? When those who once chanted to the moon start whispering, "Are we being left behind?" That's what we're diving into today, because what started with a dream of financial freedom and decentralized connection is now being tested like never before. Today we're talking about two of the most talked about issues shaking the Pi network right now, and trust me, you'll want to hear this. From mounting frustration over never-ending KYC approvals to the complete silence around validator rewards, we're unpacking the hard truths many pioneers are living with right now. If you've been feeling stuck, unheard, or even disappointed, this episode is for you. But it's not just a rant. We'll talk about what this means for the future, for our tokens, and most importantly, for the heart of the Pi community. Before we jump in, let's stir up the comments section with this. Do you think the Pi core team is doing enough to keep the community informed? Or has the silence done more damage than good? Drop your thoughts down below, and don't forget to check out my previous videos linked in the description so you're fully caught up on everything Pi Network, from the open mainnet rollout to the newest price speculations. Also, if you're still believing in Pi's future despite all the ups and downs, type Pi Network to the moon, along with your country name in the comments below. Let's show the world that the fire in the Pi community hasn't gone out. Now, if you appreciate these honest deep dives and want to support this channel, smash that like button, share this video, and don't forget to subscribe for more real-time updates about Pi Network. Plus, join our Telegram and Facebook community. Links are right below in the description. And of course, a quick reminder, this video is for entertainment purposes only and not financial advice of any kind. Alright pioneers, let's get started. The silence is deafening. That's the mood across many corners of the Pi Network community right now. Not because people have lost hope, but because their patience has been stretched to the edge. In mid-2025, after years of building, waiting, testing, and believing, two clouds are still hanging heavy: the massive backlog of KYC approvals and the mystery of validator rewards that were promised but never delivered. For a project that soared on the wings of trust and community strength, this silence is more than just a quiet phase. It feels personal. Let's start with what's possibly the most frustrating wall many pioneers are still hitting head first: KYC. Now, if you're watching this, chances are you or someone in your circle has faced the dreaded KYC purgatory. You completed every step, submitted documents, did the liveliness checks, passed identity verification, and yet you're still stuck. Not rejected, not failed, just nothing, waiting. Days turned into weeks, then months, and for some pioneers it's been well over a year. And the worst part, there's no clear explanation, no updates, no public roadmap that explains what's happening behind the scenes. Let that sink in. Tens of millions of pioneers, yes, millions, are stuck in KYC limbo. They've mined Pi for years, contributed to the ecosystem, followed every guideline, and now can't migrate to the mainnet because of one thing: incomplete or pending KYC. That's not just a technical glitch, it's a systemic failure in user experience. And every day that passes without progress or explanation chips away at the trust this community once proudly upheld. But here's where it gets even more concerning. Validators, the very people who were tasked with reviewing these KYC applications, who invested their time and energy into the process, have also been left in the dark. When the validator system was introduced, it was framed as a mission-critical step to speed up the KYC rollout. Validators were told they were essential to scaling the network and ensuring identity verification could happen on a global level without depending entirely on third-party tools. So, what did people do? They stepped up. They validated hundreds, sometimes thousands of applications. They followed all protocols. They dedicated hours of their time to helping move the network forward. And guess what they got in return? Nothing, no rewards, no compensation, not even a timeline for when rewards might arrive. It's as if their contributions, their efforts, were forgotten. This is not just a misstep, it's a moral problem. Because when people work with the expectation of fair compensation and that promise goes unfulfilled, it becomes more than just a missed payment, it becomes betrayal. And that kind of damage runs deep in any community, especially one built entirely on grassroots belief. You see, Pi Network isn't like other crypto projects. It never relied on hype from giant institutions or VC-funded marketing campaigns. It grew because ordinary people believed in the dream of decentralization. In the dream that maybe, just maybe, a currency mined by people, not machines, could reshape the future of money. But dreams require more than belief. They require action, transparency, and accountability. And lately, that's where Pi Network has been falling short. Now don't get it twisted. Many of us still believe in the mission. We know how powerful the community is. We know the open mainnet has opened doors to a real use case-driven economy. We see vendors accepting Pi. We see developers creating decentralized apps. The sparks of a true utility-based ecosystem are absolutely there. But these sparks need fuel, and that fuel is trust. And trust isn't built on silence. Every day that goes by without updates on KYC or validator rewards, the silence speaks louder. It says, we hear you, but we're not ready to respond. And that's not good enough anymore. People's efforts, time, and trust are on the line. At this stage, Pi Network must shift from past momentum to present delivery. The core team must act fast. First, fix the KYC backlog with transparency. If it's a system or resource issue, just say so. Clarity beats silence. Second, reward validators. Now. They powered the main net and deserve fair recognition. Ignoring them sends the wrong message. Lastly, improve communication. Occasional tweets aren't enough. The community needs consistent updates, clear timelines, and real accountability. Without that, doubt only grows. Doubt festers, and worst of all, the community loses its sense of purpose. It's also worth remembering that crypto history is filled with projects that started strong and failed because they didn't respect the power of their users. Pi Network doesn't have to be one of them. It still has one of the largest, most engaged communities in the blockchain world. That's an incredible advantage. But it's not eternal. If the core team doesn't act soon to restore trust, that power could fade. So here's the bottom line. The time for hoping and waiting is over. The time for action is now. For everyone still stuck in KYC limbo, for every validator still unpaid, and for every believer who's held on through every delay, the message is clear. We're still here. We still believe. But we need answers. The ball is now in the core team's court. Will they step up? Will they fulfill the promise that built this movement, or will they let silence write the final chapter? Only time will tell. But as pioneers, we will keep raising our voices until something changes, because we didn't come this far just to wait in the dark. So, to wrap it all up, today's message was about the two elephants in the room, the never-ending KYC approval issues and the silence around validator rewards. These problems are more than just back-end bugs. They're challenges that affect trust, progress, and the future of the Pi Network. And while the community remains strong, what we really need now is action, transparency, and honest communication. If you found value in this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe so we can keep bringing you more updates, deep dives, and unfiltered truths about everything happening in the world of Pi Network. Your support keeps this channel alive, and now I want to hear from you. Do you think the core team will finally address these concerns soon, or are we in for a longer wait? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you have any contributions or questions, let's talk about it down below as well. Thanks so much for watching, pioneers. See you in the next video.